everyone and welcome back to SP Learning Labs. Till now, you have learned trees. You have learned heaps. You have learned tries. But all of those had one limitation. They had a structure, a hierarchy. Today, we break that. We enter a world where anything can connect to anything. In the last video, you learned tries. They helped you store words efficiently. They work beautifully with prefixes. But they still followed a tree structure. One parent, multiple children. Now imagine removing that restriction. What if any node can connect to any node? That is graph. Think about this. Facebook connects billions of users. Google Maps connects millions of roads. LinkedIn suggests people you may know. What is common in all of them? Connections, not hierarchy, not sequence, just relationships. The moment you see nodes and connections, you're dealing with a graph. Why do we need this? Now, let's ask a real question. Why do we need graphs? Because real-world problems are not linear. Example, roads connect cities. Friends connect people. Web pages connect to other pages. You cannot represent this using arrays or trees. So the question becomes, how do we store and work with such connections? That's exactly what graphs solve. Graph definition. A graph is defined as G equals to VE, where V are vertices, nodes, E are edges, which are connections. Example, think of cities and roads. Cities are the nodes, roads are the edges. Simple idea, but extremely powerful. Now, let's look at the code part of graph basics. For that, I am taking graph representation. Now we'll store the vertices. I'm taking vertices as 0, 1, 2, 3. Now edges. We'll store edges as 0, 1, 1, 2 and 2, 3. Now let's print graph connections. This will show the heading. For UV in edges, this will visit the edges. Let's display connection. For that, print U that will represent an arrow mark there and V. Let's save it and run it. There we go. We have our output as graph connections and 0 pointing towards 1, 1 pointing towards 3 and 2 pointing towards 3. Now the question is, are all connections the same? Directed versus undirected graph. Undirected graph connection is a two-way, but directed graph connection is one-way. Example, friendship, undirected. Instagram follow is directed. Now another layer. Now let's move on to directed versus undirected graphs. For that, I am taking undirected edges, which are two-way edges. Zero, 1 and 1, 2. Now taking directed edges, which are one-way edges, as 0, 1 and 1, 2. Now let's print them. Print undirected edges, and will also print directed edges. Now let's save it and run it. There we go. We have our undirected edges and directed edges. Now another layer. Weighted versus unweighted. Some edges have values and some don't. Example, roads with distance, which is weighted. Friendship, unweighted. Now let's move on to weighted graphs. Here I am taking edges 0, 1, 5 and 1, 2, 3. We have stored weights in it. Let's print the edges. Let's save it and run it. This will display the edges. We have our weighted graph edges. Cyclic versus acyclic. Cycle means you can come back to same node. Like road loop, cycle. Dependency chain, no cycle. Important. DAG, directed acyclic graph, used in scheduling and dependencies. Now comes the most important part. How do we store graphs? Adjacency matrix. We use a 2D matrix. If edge exists, 1, else it's a 0. Now let's move on to adjacency matrix. For that I am taking number of nodes equals to 3 and I am creating a matrix. Matrix equals to index into n for in range of n. This will create a matrix. I am taking add edge, matrix of 0 and 1 equals to 1 and matrix of 1, 2 equals to 1. This will also add edge. Now for row in matrix, print row. This will visit the row and show us the matrix. Let's save it and run it. We have our matrix. Adjacency list. We store neighbors for each node. Example, instead of full map, we store only actual roads. Now let's move on to adjacency list. For that, I'm taking graph. I'm creating a graph. For creating graph, I'm taking notes. Now we'll print the adjacency list, and for that I'm taking for node in graph. Print node. This will show the neighbors. Now let's save it and run it. Let's save it and run it. We have our adjacency list 0, 0, 2 and 1. Edge list. We just store edges. Now let's move on to edge list. For edge list, I'm taking edges, which is storing edges 0, 1, 1, 2 and 2, 3. Let's print edge list. For UV in edges, this visit all edges. This will display the edge correctly. Let's save it and run it. There we go. We have our output edge list 0 to 1, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Degree of vertex. Degree. Number of connections. In directed, in degree. Incoming. Out degree, it is outgoing. Example, followers versus following. Now something more deeper. Connected components. A graph may have multiple disconnected paths. Example, friend groups that don't know each other. Each separate group is a component. Now an advanced concept. Bipartite graph. Graph can be divided into two groups. No edges within same group. Example, boys and girls seating arrangement. No boy-boy connection. Now let's move on to bipartite graph. For that, I am importing DQ from collections. This imports Q, and now I am creating a function is bipartite, which is a graph. Color, this stores color. Let's start BFS. For node in graph. I'm writing another condition if node not in color. Then Q equals to DQ of node. This starts the BFS. color node equals to 0. This will be our first color. Now let's take another loop. Now we'll remove the node with pop left, q dot pop left. Now for visiting neighbors, we'll take for neighbors in graph of current. This will visit the neighbors. Now write a condition here. If neighbors in, if neighbors not in color, then choose the opposite color, which will be color of neighbor equals to 1 minus color of the current. Now let's add neighbors with q dot append of neighbor. Now write another condition. Color of neighbor equals to color of current. Then return false, which will bring our color conflict, or return true if it is a valid graph. Now let's write the conditions and print it. Write graph conditions. Zero, 1, 3, 1, 0, 2 and 2 as 1 and 3. For 3, 0, 2. Repeat. Let's print the graph. Print is bipartite graph. And now let's save it and run it. We have true, as it is a valid graph. Code part ends here. Best practices. Use adjacency list for most cases. Always clarify graph type. Track visited separately. Think about edge direction carefully. Common mistakes. Using matrix for sparse graphs. Forgetting direction, ignoring disconnected nodes. Interview questions. How to represent weighted graph? Difference between matrix and a list. What is a bipartite graph? How to count components? Now it's your turn. Nodes 0, 1, 2 and 3. Edges, you can take these. How many components? Comment your answers in the comment section and I'll help you improve. So let's recap. Graph, nodes plus edges, can be directed or undirected. Matrix versus list storage. Components divide graph. Bipartite uses coloring. In the next video, we finally start traversal, BFS and DFS, how we actually move through graphs. If graphs finally started making sense, like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to SP Learning Labs. And I'll see you in the next one.